G'day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video we are going to fight Sidra, the God of Destruction, and we are going to see how difficult this fight is. So in terms of the Gods of Destruction events, I haven't really been clearing many of them, mainly because I haven't been trying. So we're going to focus on clearing some of them now and putting up the guides for everyone to see. Obviously these are not easy events at all. These events are mainly made for players with older boxes, I would say, or at least people who have been summoning quite a bit. You usually need to take them on with mono type teams. That's usually the best way to take it. You're supposed to take them on with one typing. That usually helps you out the most, because obviously they will then not be super effective against any members of your team, and you can reduce somewhat the damage that they do. The main issue with these units is the damage that they do. They can do, for the most part, quite intense damage. So what you want to do is you actually want to focus on taking them out before they take you out. There's going to be very rare instances or team builds where you're going to be able to outlast their damage or outstack them, or you're going to be able to heal. But for the most part, you basically want to focus on hitting them hard and hitting them fast. That's usually the best way to take on these harder events. So units that crit, units that additional attack, and units that are going to be able to do high volumes of damage are going to be your go-tos. You can use items. I've gone with a Weesia for the max damage reduction, but we haven't used it so far. This strength team is very similar to the one that we did our Moscow event with. So we do have quite a capable super strength team. We're running a Battle of Wits Majin Buu Saga hybrid with double strength LR Vegito leads. We're also running an Android 18, a free-to-play Krillin who is activating the full portion of Android 18's passive. We are running the free-to-play LR Vegito, and we are running the World Tournament Summon Teen Gohan. We're also running alongside them the Super Saiyan Trunks, who's a Hybrid Saiyan support. Unfortunately for Trunks, he's not getting his full passive / unit super attack activated because we do not have the requisite Gohan on the team. However, Trunks will do more than fine on his own. The Sidra doesn't seem to be doing too much damage. He doesn't seem to be hitting as hard as some of the other units do. Our main goal here is to stack the attack and defense of the LR Vegito unit, the blue LR Vegito, when we can. And then of course we want to transform and time our healing with our LR, Goku and Vegeta units so that we can maximize the amount of healing we get. We also need to make sure that we use their transformations when we use the damage reduction items, because Vegito loses some of his defensive viability in exchange for a massive damage upgrade. That's what happens when you transform them. They don't become defensively bad, they just become a little bit weaker in exchange for the ability to deal a massive amount of damage. That is because they trade off essentially their 30% damage reduction for additional defense, but in these type of events where the units hit so hard, that damage reduction comes way more in handy than anything else. We are going to transform them now, so what we'll do is we'll transform them and then we will come back afterwards. As you guys know, I always like taking a look at the animations, especially the transformations. I just think it's really great. This is a rainbow friend lead, so this is quite a powerful version. I only have a no dupes in my version, who is my lead. Both are perfectly fine. The no dupe version does take a little bit more damage than the rainbow version, obviously, but neither of them are in the stage where they will get you killed. Their ability to allow you to foresee super attacks allows you to decide if you want to use an item or not. This team is tanky enough without an item. They also stack their defense on their super, and so they start to dish out some really good damage. Unfortunately, the Rainbow Vegito decides not to crit for a bit for some reason, which is a bit unfortunate, but Android 18 comes in clutch, dealing pretty good damage overall. Android 18 has been pretty impressive, and the fact that this free-to-play Krillin is super helpful in a lot of these super hard events makes it a pretty nice combination actually. That Krillin has damage reduction once his guard is active, but obviously, as you guys know, if you are fighting a unit that you have type advantage over, you always have guard active, which means Krillin essentially is constantly running a high rate of damage reduction in events where he can fight physical units. Because of that, Krillin becomes instantly invaluable as a pairing partner or as just a team floater, because he activates the full portion of the Android 18's passive. This allows her to give the additional attack and defense, the rotation, the additional crit chance, and just fulfill her entire passive, which is obviously very, very good. Android 18 also stacks on her super attack for 6 turns, so she can get to relatively high values. Her EZA stats really help her out as well. The LR Strength Vegito, his stats and his performance are still very, very good considering how old he is. I've used him in both of the God of Destruction events against the physical Gods of Destruction, and he has performed really well in both of them. So he's been really impressive and really good overall, and I've been quite happy with his performance. Other than that, we kind of keep the rotation set. The Teen Gohan has no dupes, but he performs really well as well. Obviously, he is a super class support type, which helps us out dramatically, and that's really going to assist us in just beefing up the rest of the rotation. We're going to start activating items just to keep our health pool at an acceptable amount, and also just keep ourselves topped up because we have very limited heals left. We only have the one last transformation of the other Vegito unit, so I don't want to get too low and then use their transformation. I want to kind of just use the transformation next turn and then retain the health and then go from there. Obviously, without the Rainbow unit getting crits, which is a bit weird considering their like crazy chance to crit, but without the Rainbow unit getting crits, we are not chunking him down as quickly as we could, but we're in a very solid position. The Vegito is doing a good amount of damage. We still have a whole Whis left. We've got our next heal coming in next turn, and most of our units haven't been struggling. In terms of Sidra himself, there doesn't seem to be anything too special about him. He lowers attack, which is something to note on his super attack, but beyond that he actually doesn't seem to hit too hard. He's relatively tanky from what it seems, but nothing that makes him seem too difficult, if I'm honest. The fact that he doesn't lower defense really helps out, because lowering defense is what causes rotations to start taking some mega damage, especially if you don't have damage reduction units. So Sidra looks to be like one of the easier ones, but him and Moscow have not been very difficult. So I think Super Strength or, well, the physical Gods of Destruction are probably the two easiest Gods of Destruction events that you can probably warm up with or really get into the groove of just how difficult they are and really kind of get a taste of the action, and then you can kind of take it from there. But overall, the Super Strength team's done well in 2 events now. This LR Vegito's done great. He's really brought about some really good damage. We've obviously got the double strength Vegito, which is a very powerful combination. The heals, the ability to foresee super attacks, the countering, and just their high level of damage output is really good. So we're going to claim the victory here in this battle against Sidra, which is perfectly fine by me. I am very happy to get the victory. Unfortunately, we don't get a cool KO screen with Vegito. We're just going to end up getting it with Krillin. But overall, this one wasn't so bad. If you guys have been enjoying the Gods of Destruction events, or if you're having any trouble, let me know in the comments below, and let me know how your teams are holding up in this new event and this new difficult event for DBZ Dokkan. But as always, guys, that's going to be it from me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. But until then, cheers, stay safe, and bye!